Hello everyone, welcome to FarreeMakes. Today we're doing some holiday meals and we're going to make some cutout sugar cookies. So first I'm starting out with some butter and some cane sugar, and we're just going to whip this together until it's nice and creamed. Okay, once we have a nice pale yellow, then it's time to add our flavoring. So this is vanilla extract and some lemon zest. I'm going to stir that in together. And then I'm going to add 2 eggs. Make sure you incorporate each egg nice and evenly. Then I'm adding some baking powder and some all-purpose flour. Mix that together with my hand mixer. And just when it's about incorporated, I'm going to pause here and then use my spatula to just get it mixed in the rest of the way, because I don't want to overmix it, and sometimes the hand mixer doesn't get to the bottom where the flour may kind of like pool up. So we're just going to finish it off with the hand mixer. Once that's incorporated, I'm going to put that on some plastic wrap. Make sure you get all that goodness out of the bowl, unless you want to eat it. And then just make a nice little package with the plastic wrap. Press the dough down nicely, make a nice shape. And this is going in the fridge to chill. Our dough is chilled, I'd say for about an hour. And now I'm just going to cut this into fourths, because I'm going to work with it one section at a time. So starting off with my first quadrant, just going to put the rest away back into the fridge. So my first quadrant here is going to be the cutout cookies. So I'm just going to put that between 2 sheets of parchment. And just as a guide, I use some coasters here just to get my thickness of my cookie. So if you already have guides, that's great, but I don't, so I'm using coasters. So I'm just rolling this down to the thickness that I need. Once I have that thickness, then it's time to get cutting. So I'm just going to put a little bit of flour just so that the cookie cutters don't stick. And you see it kind of blends right in, and then I lay out my cutters. So I like to position my cutters before pressing them just to make sure I use as much of the dough as possible. Okay, line them up and then you just press them down. Okay, remove that. And then I go in with my smaller cutter just to utilize some of the nooks and crannies that are there and make sure I get as much from this first roll as possible. Okay, so we're looking good. Now I'm not going to take this off just yet. I'm putting this on a sheet tray in the fridge to chill. Once it's chilled, I can take it out and I can put it onto my cookie line baking sheet. And that just makes it easier for them to be crisp when they're going in the oven so they don't spread. Right? This goes in the oven at 350. Now I'm going to pull out my other quadrant of dough. And for this, we're going to be making some raspberry jam filled cookies. So I'm just pressing it again between my 2 parchment sheets of paper, using my coaster guidelines, a little bit of flour on top, and then after that, I just press out my cookies. So I'm just going to use my circular cookie cutter first. And then I'm going in with the ones that I want to be the tops of the cookies. Try to get them centered. And then these I already chilled, and I'm just going to put them onto my parchment lined baking sheet. All right. And this is the first batch out. That's the second batch out. And then these, I'm just going to sprinkle some powdered sugar on the ones that I cut out the circles. This is going to be the tops of the cookies, so it just makes it look a little bit prettier. And then for the bottoms, I'm just going to dot some raspberry jam. You can put as little or as lot as you like. I like a lot of jam. And then we just smush them together. You make a beautiful jam sandwich. And this is the final product. Now the other half of that cookie dough, I know you're wondering what I did with it. Check out my pecan praline bars. This is a great way to utilize some leftover sugar cookie dough. Thanks for watching, everyone.